Hey guys, so 2 weeks ago I uploaded a video on the first impression as well as the unboxing of the Time Lord Black Mirror as well as this Maxus scale. If you haven't watched the video yet, you can click on the link right here, or I will leave the link in the description down below as well to watch that video. Now, after using it for 2 weeks, I have decided to keep both of the scales. They do fit different usage for me personally. I was equally impressed with both of them, so I am going to keep it. In this video, I'm going to give you my opinion and review on the Maxus coffee scale. Alright, before I start, if you're looking for the review on the Time Lord Black Mirror, I'll leave the video link right here and as well as in the description. Now, when it comes to the Maxus, when I first added this to my cart on Amazon, I wasn't expecting much. This scale actually didn't have any review on it whatsoever, but it was Prime qualified, so I decided to just get it just as a comparison for you guys on, how a cheap scale and a slightly more expensive scale might compare. But when I got it, I was really impressed. If you remember from the unboxing video, I was quite impressed by just the feel, the quality, as well as the look of the scale. And like I said, I've been using it for 3 weeks, and I very much enjoyed using it for that duration. Now, a couple of good things and not so great things about this scale. First of all, obviously the scale is very affordable. If you are trying to improve your coffee game or just starting to shop for a scale with a timer function, I think you can pretty much stop the research and just get this scale. Because I've been using a different scale that was also around this price range for the first 3 years of making coffee at home, and this one just blows that one out of the water, actually at an even cheaper price. Now, the size of this unit fits underneath your espresso machine perfectly. It's also got a good weight sensitivity. It goes up to 1,000 grams. Please note that there is another very similar looking scale that you can find on Amazon. It looks almost exactly the same, but that one only go up to 500 grams. However, that one does allow you to have 2 decimal digits. But I do think this one, because it goes up to 1,000, it's a bit more versatile. You can actually use it for pourovers as well. Next thing is that the display itself is very large and very legible. It's especially useful when you are making espresso, when you're leaving it underneath the espresso machine. The number really stands out. It's super easy to read. Lastly, what I really like about this, I'll go back to this again, is that this scale does not feel cheap. For $10, I cannot emphasize enough, as I think I said it like 3-4 times before, this build quality is a lot more than what I expected for something that's $10-12. Alright, now on a couple, I guess, not so great part about this scale. These are all going to be nitpicks because, for something at $10, I think a lot of the drawbacks are kind of expected. Now, number one, the buttons themselves doesn't really sit quite well on the, on the scale. I don't know if you guys have ever played those little sliding puzzles when you were younger. You know how those pieces doesn't really sit tight on the frame? It kind of wiggles around when you touch them. Yeah, that's exactly how it's like with these buttons. Number two, the print on them is always a little off-centered. If these kind of things kind of bothers you, it's a little unpleasant to look at, but this is $10. I'm being just very nitpicky at this point. Next item is that this actually could be a little too narrow if you're trying to do a pour-over. I think this is really designed for espresso machines. If you are trying to fit a pour-over carafe over it, it does work. However, it's a little bit narrow. Let me just take out my carafe and show you guys. Alright, so as you can see here, it does actually allow the carafe to sit on it. However, the edge of the carafe are all kind of bleeding over the scale. It might be a little dangerous if you add some weight into the scale and you might accidentally tip it or something. But it can work. It could definitely work. I think if you just be careful with it, it does work. The weight sensitivity of it allows it to. Now, last item is on the timer itself. When you actually start the timer, on most scales, if you press the timer button one more time, it pauses the timer. However, on this unit, if you start the timer and you press it to pause it, let's say you made a mistake or you just wanted to pause it for whatever reason, if you click it a third time, it's actually going to reset the timer. So there's no pause and resume function on this scale. I don't think that is a deal breaker for most people. But if it's something that you do mind, this one doesn't have it. So again, it does not have a pause and resume function. after you stop the timer, it resets. So again, I did not expect to be impressed with the scale at this kind of price range, but I am. So one thing to keep in mind between this and let's say something like the Time Black Mirror is that this is a traditional scale design. I don't know how well this will hold up if you're constantly putting on the espresso machine and putting it through all the steam and some coffee drip that might, go over the actual weight, the weight sensor part of this. From experience, if this is anything like my previous scale, which I've been using for the 3 years, it should be okay. So far I have with the other scale, I have not experienced any kind of issue, any kind of damage due to steam or overflowing coffee or anything like that. Overall, I would recommend the scale on a heartbeat to anybody who's on a budget and are still looking for a scale with a good timer function. So hopefully this video helped those of you out there who is shopping for a cheap at-home scale. And as always, if you like our video and want to support the channel, please remember to subscribe, drop a like on this video, and of course, leave any questions and concerns in the comment section down below. And that's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one.